Hi, I'm Larry. Welcome back to my kitchen. This is Dad What's for Dinner, a stay-at-home dad's guide to home cooking. If you've been watching my videos, the first 6 videos that I had, apparently I didn't really know what I was doing with the video editing software, and I left the aspect ratio on the default setting, which wasn't 16:9. So it looked like I was really tiny and small. So unfortunately, YouTube doesn't let you edit the videos once you post them, so the only way to solve that problem was to reformat the videos, re-upload them, and delete the old ones. So if y'all got the chance, go back and watch them again, and you can see it in the full 16:9 glory. But moving on, I'm also thinking about doing this a little bit different format. Up to this point, I've been doing recipes out of my recipe box with the idea of, publishing a cookbook. And I'm still going to do that, but I think I'm going to make this channel more of a video vlog or food vlog kind of thing, where I'm actually showing you the process that I go through of cooking dinner. After all, it is a channel called Dad What's for Dinner. Having said all that, if you watched my short, I kind of teased what I'm doing next. I'm actually making some sourdough bread today. So that's where we're going to go. And that's not exactly for dinner, but hey, it's something that I've been playing around with, trying to do, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. So let's go and get doing that. Okay, so here we are. And we're going to start off with the starter. I'm going to need 200 grams of this. Helps if I turn the scale on. Okay, so I have found that the best way to do this is to measure, to weigh. So that's what we're going to do. You could do this with measuring cups, but you're going to end up a little dissatisfied with your results, I think. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is do that. Then I'm going to add 310 grams of room temperature water. And I got a little too much, but I think we'll survive. Kind of dissolve our starter in that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my flour. And I should have been a little bit better prepared, have all my utensils, but I don't. This is real life. So we're going to add 400 grams. And I'm just using regular all-purpose flour here. Nothing exciting to watch. There's 400 grams of that. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit of wheat flour. And this is supposed to give it kind of a nutty flavor. I just like the taste, and it also makes it darken a little bit. And we're just going to add 50 grams of that. Now, I know that there's what they call baker's math, right, where there's the flour and the water and all that, and I haven't quite progressed to that point yet. But when I do, I'll be sure to let you know. So what we're going to do at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get this scale out of here. We're just going to mix this. I'm just mixing it with a regular old spoon. And just get everything combined. Now, for those real observant, you may have noticed I didn't add the salt yet, and that's because we're going to go ahead and do the autolays here, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And that's just going to give the flour a chance to completely hydrate before we continue on the process. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for about a half an hour while it does that, and I'll cover this and we'll be back in a half hour. Okay, so it's been about a half hour. You can see that dough is doing really well. I'm going to go ahead and add the salt. That's 12 grams of salt, by the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on the stand mixer. Okay, so it's on the stand mixer with my dough hook attachment. You could do this by hand, but I have some carpal tunnel issues that make kneading dough really hard for me. So we're going to do this in the stand mixer. Lock it down. And I'm going to do this on speed 2 for about 2 minutes, and I'll be back. All right, so that's gotten the salt pretty well incorporated. Now I'm going to go ahead and crank the speed up to speed 4 and let it go for 3 minutes. So it's been about 2 minutes of that 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides real quick. Make sure that we're getting everything. I'm also checking down at the bottom, make sure there's no dry flour down there. Oops. All right. And I'll go ahead and give that one more minute. So we want to keep mixing this until it starts pulling away from the sides. It's not clear in the bowl. So you're learning right along with me here. Not exactly sure what's going on, but it's not clear in the bowl, and it's been about almost 7 minutes. So we're just going to keep on keeping on here, and then the next step that we have here, we're going to let this rest for a half hour, and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's been about another half hour. What we're going to do now is the old, what they call stretch and fold. And you need to have some wet hands to do this so the dough doesn't stick. What we're going to do is just pull it up, stretch it out, give the bowl a turn, pull it up, stretch it out, let it fall down. Do that 3 times. And then we're going to do this 4 times. And then I'm going to do the corners. And then I'm going to try to work this into a little bit of a ball. This dough is a lot stickier than what I usually get. Anyway, so we're going to do that, cover this up, and let it last another half hour, and we'll be back. Okay, so I apologize. I forgot to record while I was doing the shaping and putting it into my basket. But you can, I don't know if you can tell, but this has risen quite a bit. When I put it in, it was to here. Now it's about doubled in size. We're going to go ahead and get this into my Dutch oven. So I'm going to get that ready and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some cornmeal on this. This is going to be the bottom of the loaf. And then I'm going to put it in my silicone sleeve here, and this will help me get the loaf in and out of the basket. hopefully I did everything right and this will just come out. Wonderful. Okay, so this is my first time using a lamb, so let's hope I do it right. I have a feeling I'm not, but we'll see how that works. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this into my Dutch oven. So my Dutch oven, I preheated in my oven. Oven's at 500 degrees. This sling makes it pretty easy. You just drop it in. And I'm going to grab my lid. And then we're going to get her in the oven. We're going to put it in at 485 for 18 minutes with the lid on. Okay, so it's been 18 minutes. We're going to go ahead and pull the lid on my Dutch oven. Get this out of the way. And then we're gonna drop the heat to 465 for 25 minutes. And we'll be back in 25 minutes. Okay, so it's been 25 minutes. Let's go ahead and pull this out. And we'll get that out of the pan here in just 1 second. Sling makes it pretty easy. And we're going to go ahead and let that cool. We'll take it off that silicone sling and give it about 30 minutes to cool down. We'll be back. Okay, so it's been a little bit more than a half hour, but you can see this loaf did not get a lot of rise, and I think it's because I didn't score it enough that it didn't get that lift in the oven. But it's still going to be good bread. We're going to go ahead and cut it open. Oh, there's the dogs. They hear me doing something in the kitchen. They got to come see what it's all about. And look at that. I mean, it's not the worst crumb in the world. It's not going to win any awards, but I think that it's going to taste good, and it's a learning experience. So, shout out to, and I hope I'm saying his name right, Brian Langerstrom, his channel. It was a lot of inspiration. I also got a lot of information from King Arthur Flour's website. So I'm going to keep working on this and see what I can do, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.